I thought it might be good if I came in here with an angry face. I'm not mad at you guys, though. I'm mad at the world. That makes it a lot better. Let me see if I can have this working proper like now. Hello everybody, though. It is me, Tomoe Umari, the manager of TomoeUmari. Back at it again with another sick, sweet, awesome, epic episode of... I've never played this before. I don't know why I'm acting like this is a serious. Hello there, though. I hope you guys are having a good night. I remembered now. Okay, so I was thinking about it this weekend. It was like, why do I have so much free time? I don't normally have this much free time. Well, for one, it's because I took an extra day off work. Cause I don't know. Well, I do know I needed to get something done, so I needed that time off. But then I had more time after that, and it was weird. I realized that I was supposed to do a late night Saturday stream. Like, I'm supposed to double up on Saturday and do one in the evening and also one late at night, so that my people who are around later at night are able to tune in. So I am totally sorry for forgetting that this week. I guess I got back from my vacation and I kind of forgot myself for a bit there. But this week I will return to doing that, so rest assured, you late night fellas, justice will return. Justice will be served. Yeah, cause I don't know, it feels weird not doing it. I had more time than I needed. Granted, I still didn't get my homework done until okay, so here's an explanation. So crazy thing about that. I had this weird assignment that I had to get done. It was due at 11:59 p.m. tonight. I got it done at 11:08, but it's done. Everything's done now. So round of applause to myself for procrastinating. I feel like an absolute scumbag for waiting until the very last minute, but at least it got done. I'm proud of my work. I think it'll get an A, or at least a B. I don't know. Alright, let me get into this. Don't follow my example, by the way. This is an example of what not to do. Do your homework ahead of time, because otherwise, well, here's the issue with waiting till last minute, and I'm sure you guys understand exactly what I mean when I say this. You spend like 5 hours dreading an assignment, procrastinating until the very end, and the assignment ends up taking you like 20 minutes. So you spend all of that time worrying about this assignment, not able to relax or really, you know, enjoy your time, and then you actually get around to doing it, and you're like, wow, that was like no work at all. Why did I do this to myself? So that's why I try really hard not to procrastinate, because it never ends well. It just, quite frankly, it's just not a good idea, because that happens like 9 out of 10 times. Oogie. I'm trying to see if the sounds in game are being picked up. It's weird because it says that they are. Wait, does it? Hold on. I have to check my audio settings again. I'm pretty sure you guys should be able to hear it, though. Let me turn it up more. If this ends up being too loud, I apologize. What the hell? Why is it not going through? It says that the sound should be playing for you guys. You guys can't hear the birds chirping? Is it all in my head? I hear them so clearly. What? Hold on. Hold on. What is this? Maybe when I get in game, it'll be more audible. It might just be so small, so subtle of a sound effect that you guys aren't able to hear it. Closed captions? Do we want full captions? Captions is like for the narration, right? So... I guess we'll just get into this. I think the game is messing with me. It's playing with my emotions right now. I don't want to have to make the sounds myself. Why is it not playing the audio? What the hell? You know, it's been a while since I've had proper stream scuff. I don't understand. Hold on. Quit to menu. Hey, no, shut up. You shut up. Oh god. Oh, I did not mean to close the game out all the way. Hold on! Hold on. Hold on, tech support. No, this is okay. This is how it's meant to be, I promise. Gameinfo.txt. Let's see. Where do I want to put this? Hold on. I can fix this. I have the technology. I have the technology. I know what to do. Let me put my background music back on real quick. This is what I was doing, by the way. I think I forgot to explain, but when I installed the game, it was missing a file. Apparently that's a common issue with the game, though, so now I have to figure out how the hell to fix this. Which is kind of weird, honestly. I've never really had to troubleshoot like this before. Not quite to this extent. Never had a missing file debacle. This wouldn't happen if Tomoe was here. Maybe this happened because Tomoe isn't here. I don't think this would have happened in front of her. Sound scripts. It's really weird that it's playing in game just fine. It's not a sound card issue. Because it's going through my audio thing and it's fine there. It's just not playing in OBS for some reason. That makes no sense though. That ain't never happened before. I'm good. Tomoe is good with fixing broken games. Why does Tomoe always get the most broken games? Why does this happen? Oh god. What is this? Wait, what? What is this? What is this? This file wasn't here. Oh no. Oh no! You blame the patch? Well, I was trying to patch the file back in. That's what I was doing. Those are all the thingies. That's not it. Is that it? That's not it. Is that it? What on earth is going on? Where did it all go wrong, guys? Where did it all go wrong? Where did everything start to fall apart? Narrator. Okay, that's a lot of VCD files. I don't think that's it. You're not the answer. Let me try doing some audio routing magic real quick. Let's see if I can get this to work. I just gotta finagle it a little bit. That's the word people use, right? I wish the game would stay open when I click to my other monitor. That'd make this a hell of a lot easier. Why are you not playing through the right... let's see, audio. I don't trust this. I don't trust this. 4 speakers? I don't have that many speakers. Maybe headphones is the answer. Sorry, I didn't mean to mute the sound on your guys' side. I'm just trying to figure this out. You can't really play a game like this without the narration working, right? That's the weird part. How do I make it work? What would you guys do if your audio was being weird? Maybe I'll try putting it through a different audio path. Let's see if that works. What on earth? Wait 1 second. Wait, is it working now? You guys can hear that, right? Is that working? Ah! I fixed it! I don't know why that worked. I hope that's not too loud, though. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad it worked out. Now I can pause this music on my side and... Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna pretend that we're not 16 minutes in and only now just figuring this out. It's so echoey. Alright. Let's go! There. Audio is on this time. It is on. I'm so smart. I got it.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
Hi.
My name is Davy Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Yay.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal
He was
stuff.
fighting his inner demons.
His work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
I wish I was this good at articulating myself.
This is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder,
no-scope people here?
what was going through his head as he was building this?
Parkour!
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is.
I can't get
up!
That's
exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them.
What a
He doesn't put
tease.
them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
I wonder why
And I think
he
he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together.
This guy's better than me at yapping.
I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
What's happening? Is this a part of the game? Huh? I don't want to go! Don't make me go. This reminds me of those foam padded rooms that they throw people in. Do I have to do I have to go out the door? What? What?
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
What? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where? What's going on? What is Whisper? It's like PowerPoint. I'm not ready to fight my demons yet. Alien?
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned
Alien?
mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
What?
But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
What?
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that
I'm
it is.
scared.
And I think that we should talk about his
What's
games
going
for
on?
what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin.
I killed them? Were they
I love how
invisible?
you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh. I want to jump down there. I think if you jump down there, it would put you in the T-pose position, though. What's going on? I'm stuck in a corridor. I thought I thought I heard something open. Is anybody else super confused right now? Oh, this looks like one of those
Apparently, the
Scooby-Doo
space station has
hallways.
a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Okay.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
I saved the galaxy.
You there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
Female
That beam is
voice.
powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
If I kill myself for her, do you think she'll go on a date with me?
Would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Okay, sure, man. Why not?
Let me
Why did
pause
it
here for a
sound like
second.
I just got
What you
zapped
just
like a
experienced,
mosquito?
Stepping into the beam and then dying is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens
It's
instead.
not a bug, it's an alien. Boop, 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 boop. No, no, no!
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed
I
against
broke
all of the
it.
hysteria that you've just had
It
to
wasn't
traverse.
me.
I don't even know. I have no idea
Does
what
this
he was
count as
thinking,
stream
but
scuff?
what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look
Where's
at the first
Earth?
game he made after leaving
Earth
this one
Doku.
behind.
I really don't understand. Oh. Is this the back rooms? But like, this is like the hood version of the back rooms. Past was behind her? What? What am I supposed to
So
do?
try walking backwards. Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Why? Why? What?
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experience
That was it!
combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused. More
That was
complete.
it!
Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing
1
it
out
on
of
a
10.
pre-existing
Too
trope.
much brick. Huh. Huh. Is this art student work? I wonder if I can jump off the map. No. Wait, what? There's more? Why does the future, but the future cannot be seen? Why does the future keep changing, but the future could not be seen? The past was behind her. Which way do I need to go? I honestly thought that was it. I guess not. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. What? Oh, it represents symbolism. What does the red door represent in the literature? The project. I don't think you're supposed to walk up the stairs like this, by the way. Don't try this at home. To confront it. Oh.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends.
Oh.
Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out
That
quick.
shit makes as much sense as a
next one.
BuzzFeed article. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, this is delightful. You are now entering Ohio. Is this Ohio?
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Do you guys think this
I wish
guy
I'd known
was
him
on
at the time that he was
drugs?
making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Time to jump. Why can't I jump off the rails? You guys notice that all of these games are like vaguely creepy? There's just something about them. I think it's like the
Once you've been slowed to an
ambiance?
absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
Do a
Well,
flip.
to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
It's a lot of work. Okay. Stand on... Wait, what? What? Is this all dialogue?
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Huh? Honestly, this is probably what game developer meetings are like nowadays.
Coda would often tell me
It
that
don't
he
make
didn't
too much
mind
sense.
if people thought of him as cold or distant. He
Is he
said
a
that
serial
he knew
killer?
that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes
Stranger
time to really
Appears,
see that.
a game
It
of
can
only
be a very
posters
slow
and
climb
concept
to
art
get
showing
there.
what the game is intended to be. Standing on an X, staring at a bear for 3 hours. You must address and rally a group of eager press reporters. Oh, I didn't get to read all of them. Damn it. Ready, set, fish. Wishing I was fishing. Where's the water at? Is this a ship? I don't know of any ships like this. Boy, it's time to go get some trout. If you
Well,
guys
this is new for
could
Coda.
go fishing,
It's an actual puzzle.
what fish
Go ahead
would
and
you
see if you can
fish
solve it.
for? Why is there fog coming out of here? What? I think I'm too dumb. Knock knock. No, it's too dark. It's too dark. What do I do? Thank you for subscribing. It's nice to have you in the Umarmy. Remember, PT starts at 0600. Don't be late or you'll end up in the black fog. I don't know how to open the door. Man.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Cylinders?
We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay. I promise I'm an intellectual. In my own way. A very unconventional way. Yeah.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end.
I don't like that this guy only makes incomplete games. It's
Again,
frustrating.
so when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Bro, what? What?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the stairs game,
I think he had too much free time.
concealed a rich interior, and then
Sorry, I tried to jump off the edge.
Interior hides this fantastic outer world.
This reminds me of
Either
playing
way, I think
Toontown.
that the point
You
is
would see
the
through the
same,
walls
is
a
that most
lot.
of the
I don't
time
know
you
if you
don't get
guys
to
know what I'm
you're
talking
missing,
about.
or even that you're missing anything.
That was the
That's
game
not
I
your
saw
role
through the
as a
walls the
player.
most on, though.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I don't know.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Okay.
It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in. Some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Abstract art is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know what the whole game is meant to be here, but I guess that's why we're in this together. Oh, the game dev went insane for years making short games to explain his mental pain, then his friend tried to make art of it. Is that actually what happened? This is all based on a true story? I didn't think this was real. My goodness. Also, thank you very much for the
Let's talk
raid.
about video game
Hello.
development for a second.
Hi.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which
Did I just get
determines what the
gaslit?
game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
The streetwise fool.
To make all of these games,
This
Coda
looks
is
like a
using an
decent
engine called
establishment.
Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does
Is there
poorly.
only a handicap bathroom?
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors.
If you need to go to the bathroom, I can break your legs for you so you can go in there.
Large, flat, empty rooms is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Look at those
the tools
paintings.
available to the creator shape
So
what
aesthetic.
kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Ah! I'm not good at parkour. I am. No. I'm so anxious. Don't make me do it. It doesn't matter which way it goes. Maybe not. Oh no. Oh no! I took a tumble! Oh. I was meant to fall. I want this thing in the middle of the room. I guess I can't get it. Maybe it's like a force field generator. Oh, what was that sound? This reminds me of that CSGO surfing thing. I've never played it before, but like, it kind of has the same vibe. What? What? Am I stuck? What? Huh?
This
What?
prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting.
Who's got a full hour for
If you
this?
don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
I mean, I could have waited. I'm
This is
patient.
something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the
Gotta
game,
sprint.
why not make it playable and accessible?
Horse
And
pins?
so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these
They can't
conversations,
keep me
he
trapped.
went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe
Wow.
me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Glass floor? Oh no, it's an actual floor. It's a horror game and I'm being watched? Oh no. Say it ain't so. Oh, this is an outside area. That's nice.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear
But
indication
why?
of what makes this puzzle so special that
I
Coda
feel
is
like a
going to
hamster
return
in
to
a
it
wheel
over and
right
over.
now.
But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I wonder what to do. What do I do? Oh nah, get me out of here. Are these aliens?
Here, Coda begins using a kind of
Hello?
dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
The floating blocks. Yes, I'll answer that. Hello. Did you have to get through a door with 2 puzzles? Wait, the switches? Yes. I'll be honest with them. I have to be honest. Tell us how to get to the other side? Wait, why do I have to lie to them? What happens if I let them out? Would you guys let them out? I feel like they've probably been here for a long time. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what? Huh? I have to gaslight them now. They're blockheads. I mean, technically yes, but they seem wise. I like these fellas. This is a
so we
very
make one last
confusing
descent
game, though.
down to the final floor of the level.
But it's all philosophy. I don't know why I just started butchering the pronunciation. Wait, I'm on the streets now? Is this like an apartment complex?
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
Coda is
It's going to
actually a
appear
moth.
at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I
Ooh.
think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract
Yeah.
games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
I need a light at the end
We're
of
gonna
the
see it in the
tunnel.
work as well. His games are just gonna become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind
I
them.
feel like the narrator's
And as we
lying
go,
to me.
That idea
This
will
is
get
an
clearer
unreliable
and clearer
narrator
and
moment.
clearer.
He's full of it. Oh no, I'm losing conscious again! I have to try and find the meaning in it. We can do this. Okay, guys, we've got this. Nice room.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew
I guess this is kind
up. I
of
saw him
cool.
working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In
Well, I wanted
retrospect,
to
I think I
jump.
was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over
What's the
enthusiastic.
point?
But he was very gracious about it and very patient.
You will
with me.
believe blue speech bubbles can
And I
talk?
cooled off eventually.
Is this like a metaphor for Twitter?
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me
I
they
just
convey a
saw a
sense of
flying
loneliness.
penguin. Let me tell you, it was
I
the
see
most
this
majestic
person
thing I've
who's
ever
filled
seen. I
with
don't feel
thoughts
like living because
and
nothing will ever be as
feelings
majestic
and
as that. I
beliefs
never want to
and
see.
has no way to express
Again, if nothing
them
will ever be that
except
beautiful
as
again, I am now
scattered
crying and plan on
unheard
ripping my eyes
voices
out.
in a
I must
game
go
that
do
wasn't
that.
meant to be played.
Okay.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me.
Define
could just
fun.
Play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them
This
better
place
and
makes
have
me
to do less of
sad.
the messy
Everyone
in-person
read this.
socializing. I could just get to
Okay.
know you through your work.
Hey, I can type here.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games
Feel
so
like a
much.
hero
Is because
yet?
it felt like they let me
Do
have
not be
that
afraid.
connection.
Do care.
I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world.
I've read like all
And
of
then
them now,
feel
I
less
think.
lonely too.
Imagine if penguins could fly, though. That'd be beautiful. I feel bad for birds that have wings, but they can't fly. What's the point, you know? Was I supposed to do something? Oh, there's more over there. I probably should have kept going, but I wanted to read everything. Pointless, yes, but intriguing all the same. For some reason, I feel like I should be able to, like, press spacebar and sprint, you know? Like, it's a reflex in games like this. I guess because it kind of reminds me of, like, Halo CE in a way. Boring. I can assure you, guarantee that there's an acorn somewhere here in this place and the sailors are looking for it. Okay. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. I refuse to believe. Okay. 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 Why is it just the ramblings of a madman? Free t-shirt. Door open. Open sesame. Cannot open door. Oh, we go this way though. They want to meet who made this. It's impressive that like one person wrote all of this. New room. Okay, I'm done reading these. There's too many. What the hell? I didn't think it would go this far. I didn't think they would put this many layers in it. There's so much depth. It's so profound. Perhaps things tie in. I don't see any correlation so far. Imagine if this was real. Isn't it kind of similar to like Dark Souls where people can leave messages? I think that's Dark Souls, right? Obviously, you don't want people to be able to write anything they want to, though, because then there's always one guy who takes it too far. That's a nice painting. It looks like, the mitochondria, perhaps, in an abstract way. There's secret ones? Why are there secret ones in here? Huh. I mean, they're pretty interesting, but I don't want to be here all night reading them. Would definitely do this in my free time, though.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle
There's
is.
a puzzle here?
Each of these games represents
How?
an idea that was on Koda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life
I hear whispers.
before moving on to the next one.
I hear
In each of his games,
whispers. I hear
after exploring a
voices.
theme that,
The
you know,
voices
might
are
be
getting
difficult,
louder!
Koda can then place this puzzle. He knows has a reliable solution.
Ah!
He understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Ah!
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Is that a typewriter? Where's the ding? I'm waiting for the ding sound. This is what it's like being a VTuber. Aww. I don't think his friend was crazy. I think he was a poet. What is the name of this?
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Well, this isn't good. Oh, snazzy. Why do I have such a swanky apartment? What was that? Eh? Eh? Huh?
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Koda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture.
It's a prison?
And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison.
Why is it
He's
a
gonna
prison?
start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh, okay, the well is back. That's a table. That's not a hole in the ground. Okay, let's get a horse painting up there. Do you guys like horse painting? Oh. Okay, there's no. It doesn't even matter what I say. Tesla coils? What are those again? Oh, none of the answers are the right answer. How am I doing? I'm doing good today. I'm just trying to figure out what all of this means. Huh?
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything.
Is this like a
it's kinda just
parkour
weird
map?
for weirdness' sake.
Are these the Tesla coils?
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
I'm so confused. Please walk forward. No! Well, I guess I don't really have a choice. This sounds like RuneScape dialogue, where it just floats into space. Click on this table. Photo frame, click to turn it slightly. Turn the lamp in the room off and then back on. Left side of the sofa. Left. Touch the shelves. How am I gonna remember all that? What shelves? The escape will now open. Return through the start. Okay.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
What?
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Huh?
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen.
I like this one.
Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go,
Is he really
maybe
crazy?
there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice.
He really
telling you
likes
to
the
stop.
will.
That
The will.
particular mechanism of
the-
defense against yourself.
Yeah.
Without it, you just
It's a
spiral.
metaphor.
And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last
If you
version
think
of
about
prison
it,
game
the
that he
real
created.
prison
And
is
the
in our
reason I think
minds.
it works is that the prison is not actually
It's
in
all
it.
in our heads. Dashing through the night, a horse approaching a night light. But I'm not a moth, I'm not a horsefly, I'm a horse. If he isn't making prisons, then where will the criminals go? Where do they go right now? Maybe like Alaska or something. Oh, I get to be a superhero. Oh, I'm you from after you escape the prison. Oh. Hmm?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to
So
share
this is
what's
all
on his mind,
about
and to get
a
some good advice
prison.
from someone who knows.
Okay.
But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I think he needed some medication. You know, I'm pretty sure he needed some medication. I don't know what it's the beginner's guide to yet. We should send prisoners to a courtyard and make them slam a pickaxe against giant rocks to make them into smaller rocks. Another version of you when you were trapped. I have to make myself go crazy. All you have to do is be sincere. This is like the power of friendship at work, isn't it? Also, I'm sorry if this game makes no sense, guys. It makes about as much sense as the Stanley Parable, except maybe a little bit less sense somehow. I think I just need to, like, start thinking in, like, 5 dimensions or something. Like, I gotta separate a part of my brain and use that for all of my thinking capacity. I have to make myself
I
crazy.
can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the
The
prison
YouTubers can't be
After all of the
crazy.
obsession and
Alright.
frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be
Stanley
nice?
Parable made more sense for sure. Well, at least we get, like, the passage of time here. August 2009, apparently.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Is this one of them, Halo maps?
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Hello? Clean. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck you showed up. Bro, this house isn't even dirty.
You'll
Lousy
notice that the quality
homes
of
make
the art is a
home
step up from
blowners.
previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on
Oh.
out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
He's so happy. Clear the table. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can make this work. Run to the bedroom and make the bed. It's kind of weird. It doesn't feel like this guy's doing anything himself. Where's the bedroom? Where's, oh. Ah. I feel a sense of satisfaction. Like I'm doing the right thing, you know? He just wants his mental state to be clean. Calm that rests in the pit of his ribcage. I think you have, what is that thing? Appendicitis? The thing where your appendix explodes. I don't remember what it's called. I think you might have it though. Alright, it's all good now. Mop up as long. Mop up what? Why'd you spill that? You're so clumsy. Make it especially cheesy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm not a housewife! I'm a house homie. I'm helping him right now. Wash the dishes? I feel like I'm being tricked right now into doing all the hard work. Why do I have to do everything? We're all just human? Why isn't he wearing any clothes? I don't feel safe here. Scrub it down. The tub? Okay. Dude! Why do you live like this? Aww. Perfect. Yeah, I bet it is. Why would
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels
it
like
feels cleansing? For
It's the
who?
moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to
Darling!
relax and digest inside
Hey,
you,
yo, hold on.
and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
I don't know about this one. Smooth out the rug in the
I know that Coda
bedroom.
really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the
Do
only
I get
one
paid
that
for
he
this?
called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Hehehe. This guy scares me. Like he's gonna stab me with a pocket knife. Do you guys think the cube guy is a yandere? Books, books, books. Oh yay. What do I do? The books are, I thought they were already clean. Was that not good enough? How did the pillows get fucked up again?
I'm glad he found some peace.
What if I like hold the pillow over his face? Just to make sure that I use the right fabric
But, of
softener,
course,
not to
it
kill
can't
him.
last.
What?
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why did it abruptly stop though? That's weird.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Should I have stayed?
I really thought that was the point of it.
Is that not the point? Lamp. Items you love at members only prices? Is this a college class? Sir? Sir? Why can't I move? You came here to be perfect? I came here because my parents made me. He had a low score on Rate My Professor. I honestly didn't even want to work with this guy. Disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless? Selfish? Ungrateful? That's the anomalocaris for me. I think that one prehistoric thing. You know, the shelled guy, the isopod. This is
About
easy.
halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Okay. What the fuck?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher
What?
is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Let me out of here. Why is there a spiraling dark void? Am I supposed to incite panic? I don't think like I'm a very good sense.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
How is this relatable?
Assume that some other person is perfect,
Bro!
and totally fulfilled.
Take your
in every way,
fucking
and
meds!
completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
What's wrong with you? I don't think you should have a teaching license. Okay, well, I'm sorry I lost my composure. Stage?
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this. And it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. We're good. Okay, let's start the gathering it for what is this? Lean against the wall, okay. Yeah. I'm fine. It caught me off guard. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals? Is that a woman? Are you a female? Where is the bathroom? Riz. I like you. Please hold my hand. So there's a voice in my head. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. Oh. Better feel the setting. There are a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent people nearby. I need to have social awareness. I need to open up more. I need to have confidence. Is that like the message or something? You must have worked really hard to get there. Now I'm more socially adjusted. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you guys ever have this many thoughts when you're like trying to just converse to somebody normally? That's a lot to think about. I feel like you just have to go for it. Oh, she's gone. Oh. What? Backstage? Huh. Lamp. 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 Isn't the lamp the end point? No? Oh. I guess just keep going. Huh?
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
He's getting
The
further
solution
away from
to social
people.
anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase
Further and
success.
further away.
The answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away.
Oh.
Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner
He has so
landscape
much
because
anxiety.
He keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections
The end
to anyone
point is
other than
getting
himself.
further
And to
away.
be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting
Why is there
me to
demonic
connect,
music?
to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Huh?
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Okay. Isn't it weird to think about like how it started out with this keep my eyes closed? Okay, hold on. But I can't read the dialogue. What does it say, chat? I don't know. Should I move around? Well, I can't read what you guys are saying. I'm gonna walk towards the walls. Unless I wasn't supposed to actually close my eyes. Huh? Wait. Oh!
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't.
It's just
pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Help, I'm blind. Wow, it's exactly the dialogue I was going through just now. Oh, wait, we're going to what? Oh, we're dying repeatedly. There is a solution. Why are you facing the wall? How do I... What do I do? What do I do? Are you okay? Well, no. Oh, there's a... Oh! I don't know if there is a steering thing. What? Oh! It's a door! Truth! I am bursting with creative energy. Bro! I was trying to be optimistic. How could I have done this blind? That's the truth? Oh, lamp!
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how
We're not
sometimes
even
a
moving
person will
forward.
just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I think he needs your help. I think he needs his help.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he
Define
finishes
desperate.
something new.
What do they mean by this? Yeah. Bro needs a helping hand. What is this? Was that a woman taking a breath? How do I get out of here? Wow. Where am I? A person? Where are you? I look lost. I don't think I have GPS signal out here. Machine? This kind of feels like a tutorial level in a game, right? You have to remember who you are. This is how Pokemon Mystery Dungeon starts. Take me to it. I don't know who's talking. Wait, am I stuck? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Guys, I'm stuck. Why can't I move? Was that meant to happen? I don't think that one was meant to happen. Let's just restart that one. Chapter 14 though. Oh, this really is one big metaphor for... I don't know, when do you guys see white fog in your head? There's like gotta be 1 or 2 times, right? I guess this is kind of fitting for October. It has a sense of terror to it. Oh, okay, so I did get stuck there. That wasn't supposed to happen. I had a feeling. Please guide me.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression.
Those are the ones in Japan.
And yet still, he keeps making games. He keeps
Am I going to the Soul Society?
Even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore.
Oh.
Why? What is it for?
Open sesame.
From my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was.
I don't think he knows any other puzzles.
Bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so He didn't have
Oh, the
anyone
fog is white
outside of
now.
himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Hmm. Are we supposed? I thought we weren't supposed to teach the
You
cube guys how to
can't
open
talk
it.
yourself out of loneliness.
Right?
It doesn't work
Right?
that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no
Oh,
movement.
hi,
Then
Nyan.
there's no circulation. If all of your
This game
anxieties
is so
are being channeled
confusing.
into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There is no machine. Yeah, where are we? They took me back to the padded room. They took me back to the padded room. There was supposed to be a machine and... okay. Is that a baby crying? Who's crying? What's going on? I wanna clarify this. If you guys ever hear like a crying sound coming from your attic, it's probably the demons, and I don't think you should go in there. Okay. Okay, alright. Why is wait, there's a chunk missing
Seeing
now.
this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy.
Yeah, no shit.
I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Well,
This is someone I really
bro,
care about,
what's going
and I
on?
used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and
This did take a
frustrated like
weird
this,
turn.
It was the worst thing for me.
The walls are breaking down. Is it the walls in
I
his
don't know.
heart? The
This is
walls
what
in
I
his
felt at the
brain?
time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had
There was a
ever
woman.
needed anything for
She's
this
real.
to stop. But it didn't stop.
It didn't
After
stop.
finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
I think he needs to stop cooking. Who let this guy cook? Who let this man cook? The machine. The machine is actually a metaphor for us. We are the machines. I think he wants to see my cack. I don't have it. I actually left it behind. I intend to be brutal. Let me at him. Are those like normal bird sounds? Coda is the machine? I think I'm in the wrong place. Oh, okay. I guess it's kind of like a room. The machine, the machine. Okay, save your questions till the end. I can look past them. There's doors down there. Uh-oh.
And of course,
Is that a
it's the
plane?
machine.
Is that a plane? Your work was keeping us alive. How could we possibly go back to trust? Oh, so like the games have like sentience kind of, because he's talking to himself. Because he was making games consistently and then the gaps in between grew more. Bro, what the hell is this? I have seen the thing you fear? Is it getting louder? I will speak to them for you. Oh, this is guilt. But I don't want to speak to them. I'm afraid of them. My followers or my friends. I have a troubling revelation. The ravine refuses to... What? We will find a way to live without it. We do not need it. Let us pay it retribution. Am I inciting a riot? We will destroy. Do we destroy the machine or everything it's created? Let's destroy everything it's created. Oh no, not this again. I'm ready for you this time. What? Oh, I thought my game was about to crash. I'll make sure you die. Your worker dies here. Okay. Do I need to restock on ammo? I'm starting to think it would have been faster to just destroy the machine, to be honest.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
It's
And I'll
eating
tell you,
away
at the
at
time that I
itself.
first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head.
Maybe he just
and
wanted
that
to
it's
leave
having a very
something
negative effect on him,
behind to be
and that
remembered
all
by.
he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get
Yeah.
him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate.
Typewriters?
Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback. So, what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make
I like
to
my
have more
gun.
actual conversations with other human beings,
This is
would
great,
that bring him out of his
actually.
mental spiral? Would it
I
give him
think he just
confidence
needs
in
to make
himself?
some
Would it
friends,
bring meaning
apparently.
back into his work?
That's what the narrator's saying. Is the moral of this game supposed to be to, like, touch grass or something? Ah!
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I
No!
took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great
What's
part
my bullet
is that they
range?
really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference
can't
point,
shoot
but
these?
They genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Huh? Huh? What? What? Who let this man cook?
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my
Should
work
I have
is
spared
good.
him?
That I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something.
I think the narrator is
I
a
really
good
felt
friend.
like I'd
Although
done
he should have
something
intervened
good. Like-
sooner, you
like
know?
I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it.
Unless
If I
he's
could
just
give him this
helping him
gift,
for a sense
maybe
of
I could fix
satisfaction.
the problem.
Selfish
They
motives.
told me how much they enjoyed his games. It was the best feeling. It was the absolute
Getting happiness
best
in this
feeling.
place.
It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
What's going on? Also, I'm not unhanced. I know I look a lot like Tomoe Umari,
So
but I'm
anyway,
actually
Coda
Tomoe
finishes this
Umari's
game,
manager,
and
Tomoe
then
Umari.
Really, he just kind of
Tomoe Umari will
takes
be
off
back
for a
next
while.
month.
So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere,
Uh-oh,
one day
not
I
an
get an
email.
and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
A new game?
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that
Oh.
Coda ever made. So let's take a
Final
look.
arc, I guess. It's okay. Even playing this game, I'm still a little bit confused by this all. I guess the dude just has some serious issues. Some real bad issues. Uh-oh.
And this is where I
Tomoe
have trouble
Umari's
saying
manager,
anything meaningful
Tomoe
about
Umari, is
Coda's
the
work.
single most awesome
Because more
horse.
than anything else, the tower just feels
A
distant.
horse manager.
It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world.
Is it true
It's a
what they
very
say
cold
about
game.
VTubers and their manager? Yeah, that's right. I'm dating Tomoe Umari. Me and her, We're going steady. Yeah.
This room actually has a maze in it.
A maze? What?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Yeah.
The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yay! I'm cheating! It is amazing! It is. It's quite stellar. I feel like I'm breaking boundaries. I really want to hold shift to sprint though. It feels weird. I don't like this.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
Should
I
I
had
not
to cut
clean
it
the
off
house
so that you
forever?
could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I don't know. If you were a good friend, you'd figure it out though.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
I bet it's horse.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made.
6 digits
It doesn't
though?
encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
Why?
I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
5, 1, 6, 1, 7. Okay. It's a very weird combination. That's a cool effect, though. The Devil Towers Star? Oh.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to
Everything
solve from
is
this side.
impossible.
So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying,
I mean, he did
you know,
cut off
that's it.
contact
That's the
with
end of
his
the
friend.
conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess.
I
when
didn't know you
can't
could express so
fix
much
the
through art. I
I
guess
can
this
open
is
this
art,
door for you,
right?
so let me do that.
Hmm.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
I
I don't know why I
mean-
would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel
Yeah.
it somehow. I feel like I
This
failed.
feels like a Halo
I
map.
don't understand
Why do most of these just feel like Halo maps?
I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person.
What?
I have no idea who this person
But that's your friend.
is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend.
Huh?
I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand
Did I
who
just
he
go in a
actually
circle?
was and what he stood for.
I
I
think
asked
so.
him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him.
This is his inner self?
I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots
Why
are.
is his inner self... Why does it have so many stairs, man? Oh, there's a pink thing over there.
I just felt so
Lots of
strongly
pink
that if I could have
things.
connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself
The
in
inner
someone else,
machinations of his
I
mind are
needed
very
to be
complex.
someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I
Maybe
had
you should
failed.
have tried a little harder. No, I don't think it's his fault. Sometimes you just can't help somebody. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped.
Where did
That's
I
an
screw up?
important thing to realize. If you blame yourself for it, you'll never be able to have closure. Because there's only so much you can do as an individual at the end of the... Oh.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
Wait, the narrator's the bad guy?
Because of what I did.
What'd you do?
I poisoned it for you.
Oh, I thought you poisoned him. Well, I mean, cheating the way through the games probably would do it.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You remember what I said before, chat, about, you know, helping him for his own sense of validation and not because he actually wanted to help?
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was...
There are a lot of people out there like that.
Finally.
That's
for
why
a moment,
I know.
While I had that, I liked myself.
Personal space. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. If there was an answer or meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes, giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Oh. Would you stop changing my games, stop adding lampposts to the... He's the one that added the lamppost because he wanted there to be an ending? A meaning? What?
And then
Would you
stopped.
simply let them
And
be what they are?
I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing.
Physically ill.
Less than nothing.
You desperately need something and
What
I
is
cannot give
that?
it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. No! The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than me. What a terrible friend! I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry.
Bruh.
I know I screwed up. If
Bruh.
I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had
hate
work to see
him!
myself in. I mean, is something wrong?
I hate him!
Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me.
Into the wood chipper!
What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
What a piece of shit. I can't believe that. Huh? Epilogue. Okay. Did anyone else expect the narrator to be the bad guy? Huh. Oh. Where am I? Is this him saying he wants him to get hit by a train?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
He needs medications too.
It's like a disease.
Well, no, I think they both honestly just need therapy. That's okay. How do I go out of here? Oh. Mister. Oh, I can't go on the tracks. Oh. Yeah, I figure there's a flickering light post. People?
Solution.
Huh? What does the red door symbolize?
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
You gotta try and understand
Wouldn't have
people,
told so many
though.
people that he was depressed.
Not everything's going to be plainly stated.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
You have to try and understand each other. That's an important lesson to keep in mind.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Sand? Sand? Huh? Is this like the weight of his emotions crushing him or something? I don't know. This game takes so many random turns.
On finding something to be driven by other than validation.
This looks like the space under a house.
What would that even be?
Maybe that's the point, though.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable.
Sometimes you gotta be your own hype man. It's true.
Conceive of what that would be like.
Sometimes you're gonna do great things in this world, but there's not always gonna be somebody around to see it. So you can't just rely on others to tell you that you're doing a good job. You have to be able to acknowledge when you're doing a good job yourself. And you have to be able to cheer yourself on. Because just because nobody's there to tell you that you're doing good doesn't take away from the value of your efforts.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through
It does have Halo vibes, that is true.
I feel like I have a lot of work to do.
That is
I
true.
have a lot that I need to make up for.
You got this, champ. Uncle Tomoe believes in you.
Okay.
Am I there yet? I think I'm almost there. Glad I didn't skip leg day for this one. Oh my gosh, it's like Sandstorm from Darude Sandstorm. I don't know, that song moves too fast. I can't sing it. I ain't in the spirit to sing it. This really did fall apart quickly. I'm just expecting to find a chest. Is that a vault? It kind of looks like a vault. Oh. It's like prison games. Prison games moment. It moves so slow. Ah, there we go. Alright. This is back at the beginning. Where am I? Well, it has nice lighting at least. The back rooms? No. It's the light tube. Guys, it's the light tube. We're almost there. We're almost at the light tube. What was that? Is that the tube making sounds? We should put it in the freezer so that the glow lasts for longer. I'm gonna just, No! I really am a moth. Everything in this game is about going towards the light. Oh, that's pretty. Me when I look at Denny's mazes. I don't know if there's an end to this one. I guess there's the beginning, but maybe there is no end. I had to do a dramatic spin at the end.
Turn back. Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
What's going on?
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired. But I know
What the fuck
you're
was this?
strong.
Okay.
Turn back. Turn back.
I think Coda needs better friends, to be honest. What did we learn today? Oh my gosh, that was everything. Well, what are our afterthoughts of that game? What are the emotions spiraling through your hearts right now? That was weird. That was weird. A lot of it didn't make sense, but then I guess it kind of like did make sense at the end when you realized a lot of it was like metaphors and everything kind of tied together. Yeah, I think it's all just the inside of his head, but then his friends started to take over and try to add meaning to it when it was really just an expression of his emotions, and he just kind of was trying to like vent in a healthy manner. So sure, he needed help, but like his friend was trying to take control of his work and needed help as well because he had a lot of insecurities himself, and yeah. His friend sucked. That was my interpretation anyway. I could be totally wrong. I think I'm at least a little bit on the mark though, but I don't know. It is weirdly depressing, though. I was expecting there to be something uplifting there, but I can't really blame his friend for separating himself away. And it's interesting because his friend, put the message behind things in the game that weren't meant to be solved. So it's just kind of proof that the narrator was in the fault. He was in the wrong there, because he forced his way through to try and put meaning into it till the very end, and you know, show it off type stuff. So yeah, because he was showing it off to us, like, look at this amazing thing that my friend did. My friend, you know. Unless there's more than one ending. Yeah, I don't know if the dialogue options actually had any meaning. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might have. It might have, because there was a lot going on there. This is the video game equivalent of modern art. I think it had a lot of profound meaning to it. Even like, I mean, a lot of the visuals in the game were very simple, but they did the job in getting the message across. You don't always necessarily need super complicated visuals to express the meaning you want to, which is why a lot of even simpler games back in the day are still able to hold up to this day, because they had a really compelling story, and visuals paired with an effective soundtrack is really all you need to be able to convey what you want to your audience. It was making his own pretty space. Yeah, the games weren't meant to be public, it was just his own thing. And then his friend's like, no, you gotta show it off. But that was never the intended purpose. I feel like if someone doesn't want their art to be shown off, then they shouldn't have to show it off. A lot of people, you know, make things just for themselves, and then maybe one day when they're ready to share it with everybody, then they'll create something like that intended to be shared with everybody. But otherwise, you're just exposing somebody's, like, private, personal feelings and thoughts to the world, and that's not okay. You know, art is a very meticulous thing. Often we're our own worst critics, but that doesn't necessarily make it right to take your friend's work and shove it out into the spotlight. Especially when they have a lot of anxiety and they're not, like, comfortable expressing themselves like that, or putting themselves out there in the world like that. Maybe he just wasn't ready yet, or maybe he never wanted to be ready. Maybe he just never intended to be, like, a public creator like that. I know I'm yapping a lot about this, but philosophy is very interesting. It's very interesting to, like, dive into the human mind like that and try and piece things together. They added stuff to push a narrative as well. There's so many layers to it. It's really quite amazing. I feel like if I played it again and looked back at it, like, more carefully now that I know the ending, there's probably a lot of small details that I would see, which is probably how a lot of you guys feel who have seen the game played before, but now you're seeing it again through, like, a different angle, because, like, the subtle touches and stuff kind of expose the big picture. There's, like, hints at it along the way, but you can't really put it together with confidence until the very end, when it kind of just shoves it in your face and is like, here's the meaning of the game, here is what it is. Oh, so from what you've heard, the dev admitted that he is both Coda and the narrator. Basically, he fought this war for conceptual purity within himself and lost. He wanted both to this hobby and recognition. I think recognition is a big thing nowadays, especially with social media, like some of you guys pointed out. A lot of people do things that they otherwise would not do for validation and external validation and recognition, and, like, somebody telling them that their work is good enough. But then there are other people who just don't want their work to be seen still, and I feel like both are okay, but, like, I don't know, social media is a poison in its own right. It is definitely quite bad. There's a lot that's bad. It exposes a lot of important things that need more attention on it, but it can also put a lot of people who shouldn't necessarily have that attention on them in the light, and then they don't know how to handle it. So, you know, because, like, if you think about it in the grand scope of things, humans were only meant to have so many eyes on them. Like, we were never really built for the scale that things are on now. People weren't meant to have international recognition, really. I know there's, like, big historical figures in the past, but, like, even now, the current scope of things is so much bigger than it ever was before. Yeah, or they know how to handle it too well. One of Chapter 8's notes floating around said spoilers, it doesn't mean anything? The notes? I wonder what that means. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's really not that serious. Most things online aren't that serious. It's meant to be like a, you know, just have fun out there, be responsible, make good decisions, don't post shit without permission, stay in your lane, flourish, and, yeah, just do your best, and it'll be okay. All the speech bubbles, yeah. I wanted to read all of them, but I didn't have the heart. Well, thank you guys for listening to me yap and go through that and try and figure out what the heck it meant. It was fun. It was an interesting experience. It was different than games I would normally play. Though I do like playing games like that from time to time. But I will say the atmosphere really creeps me out. Like, I wish that they wouldn't build the games like there's about to be a jump scare at any moment. I was expecting like a demon or something to appear. I don't know what that type of tension is called. It's like atmospheric, I don't know, it makes you feel uneasy, but I know the game is meant to make you feel uneasy for different reasons. I just have trust issues with games that have atmospheres like that. Yeah, like suspense or dread. I hope you guys know what I mean. I can't be the only one who felt that way. I was supposed to highlight isolation. I don't know, I just felt like something was gonna come out and try to kill me at any moment. Especially because a lot of those games had atmospheres very similar to horror games. Because, like, the music would suddenly cut, or there'd be, like, a long, dark hallway, or, like, there'd be fog coming out from the sides, or there'd be, like, darkness, and you're walking through the forest alone, and you can't see around you. All of that is meant to make you feel very vulnerable. Like, you're about to face off against something that's too big for you to handle, and it's gonna attack you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I guess from a narrative standpoint, that was a really great way to express the story. Yeah, it makes sense from that perspective. I was just being a chicken. Yeah, it might be anxiety right there. It did a good job. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. It's 10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Alright, well, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I'm gonna go try and be productive at this late hour. Maybe take a nap or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But thank you guys all for tuning in tonight, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your night. I'll have the schedule up soon. I just need to get some details sorted out, but I definitely won't wait till Tuesday this time if I can help it. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye for now.